Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimCity 4 Part 2. My name is Smiley MK, and we are back in Watermouth, where we have a motorway to finish off, and a train line to detail, and several other things to do, so let's get on with it. Start by finishing off this motorway. Oh my, there's a hill here. Hang on, let me get my plan, if I can find it. There we go. Plan is for the motorway to curve up at some point. It's supposed to curve further down the city tile, but I might do it here. It kind of makes sense. I'm gonna curve the motorway up here, and then have another road going up here. Yeah, let's do that. Plans can change. Alright, I need to do this right. Where do I want this to go? About here-ish. Just use our tool to mark where we want it. Is that going to run into the overpass it from? Oh, see how that looks. It should be enough room. Just about. Now let's stick an OHW in there and stick an OHW in there and put in the curves. Yeah, we're gonna need to do some flattening first, I think. We're going to have to sort out this slope because it's horrible. I mean, look at it. Let's get rid of the elevated rail. We know we want the motorway now. What the? What did that happen? Oh, is it not connected for some reason? That was weird. Ah. We've got the wrong bit. Let's just fix that. Make sure we got the right bit this time. There we go. Now we just drag like this to the middle bit. You guys are probably going to scream at me for not doing the neighbour connections. Is there a filler piece? Is there a way we can make this functional? That'd be nice. Ortho. Nah, there's no ortho. There's no diagonal filler, sorry. For the OHW6C. I think we're going to have to leave it like this. It doesn't matter. It's only a single tile. That is not good. We are going to have to fix that. Let's just use that as a... We're not going to leave it dragged because that's quite unrealistic. Instead, we're going to do it properly. I'm going to go to FAR, HW, and then to diagonal RHW, and that should produce a much better result overall. Not sure if that's enough room. Don't think it is actually, but we'll see. Just smoothing out that slope. I have to use the rail tool for this. Where is FARHW? There it is. Short curve. Hang on, actually that's probably not a good idea. It's probably better to place the diagonal curve piece. Then I'll know where it is. Let's actually use rail to smoothen this out because it'll be better. I don't think they're in line, but we'll find out, I suppose. It does annoy me how the rail seems to lag for some reason. I don't know why that is. Oh, let's check this is in line. No! It is not. It needs to be one tile closer. So let's just mark out where it needs to be. And go again. That one. Let's get that all connected up. There we go. Gonna have to sort out that slope, but that's fine. Everything's where it should be, which is good. Oh, FAOHW 6C 26C short curve. That one. Fantastic. Looks good. I like that. Now let's sort out that sloping to the right. Because, well, it isn't very good. Okay. Unsuitable grade for construction. What? Really? Oh no, let me do it. Man, it's only really this bit that needs me. Actually, this bit kind of needs it as well, but God, I hope this doesn't ruin everything, which it probably will do. See how that turns out. Just wait for it to sort itself out. It's getting a bit silly now. I got a lot to do with this episode. At least we got the music to... Hey, there we go. I was going to say, at least we have the music to keep us going, but... Our rail line seems to be working now, so let's get rid of it and put back in the motorway. No, that's not how you drag it. What the hell? Here it is. There we go. Took a bit of persistence, but we got there in the end. Much better. Much better. You can see there's not a nice, nasty little kink in the road now. It's all lovely and smooth as it should be. So with that done, shall we move on and decorate this railway line? I think we should. And we're going to go to the plot menu to do that. I'm going to find a lot called mesh fence. This slot is freely available for download on the Simtropolis exchange, or the Sticks as people know it. That's the wrong way. Got to remember the arrow points away from the fence. It's part of a pack. I'll link you to it in the description if I can find it. Shouldn't be too hard. That way. Let's go into Zoom 4 so we can see what we're actually doing. Yeah, I think I did sort it out in SC4 tools so that these fence slots were more tolerant to slopes. It's doing that thing again. Seems to be okay. They're not slope tolerant by default, but you can change that quite easily in SimCity 4 tool. Just open the file up and actually no, the prop, you need to change the prop, which can be found in SimCity 1.dat. Solar power plant fence. And then set orient to slope to be true. Nice and simple job. Let's do the other side. I'm going to need to find that mossy rail texture again, or the transparent rail texture. Because that dirt, well, it's not grey, is it? Oh crap. Build an extra one. Oh dear. Hasn't worked at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix these. That's a 2-minute job in SC4 tool. And that'll be sorted out by part 3, don't worry. As will this texture. Alright, let's do the corners. Let's figure out which way this needs to go. Okay, that's right. Okay. Basically, we're putting fences along here so that people can't get in through this way onto the train lines. And one more. Perfect. Yeah, let's get rid of these excess slots and go back to the main railway line. That way. I've just realised that I forgot to add catenary to this, but we'll do that in a minute. Let's get this fence installed first, and we'll go from there. Stop doing that. It seems to have sorted itself out for now. Yeah, we can put fences on the side there. The Parkway station. I think that'll look quite good. Does look quite good actually. It's doing that thing again. Don't know why it does that. Someone can tell me why it does that and what to do about it. That'd be appreciated. Post your solutions in the comments. I need to be careful here. I need to figure out where to fit in the catenary. Let me just figure out where to fit in the catenary or the electric wires. This is what I guess it does. On the stretch of FARR. Perfect. 1, 2, 3 by 1. 1, 2, 3 by 1. That's probably a bit close, but oh well. And Mr. Fence corner. Okay. North was this L shape here, bottom left. So we want top left, so we want it like that. Perfect. Same again here, top left, top right. Now let's go back to the straight bit. In case you're wondering how to get that box up, it's Control X and then type in lot plop, all one word. Lot plop. Oh, very useful tool that. Let's just continue this down to the station. And the other side. I know this is a little bit boring, but we're going for realism here, so you got to put the effort in. And it'll be worth the time, particularly when we fix that. Particularly when I fix that sloping issue on the fences. Oh crap, it moved there, didn't it? Yeah, because this is a starter piece, it oriented automatically. Which is slightly annoying, but something you have to be aware of. happens when you have a laptop and your scroll wheel zooms the map. Don't worry, we'll put the corners in a minute. Show you an extra tile there, so it doesn't, so the corner fence doesn't clash with the points. I'm going to leave that for now. So I'm hoping to find a way to blend this in with the car park I'm going to use. And let's get the other side done. Yeah, it's looking quite nice, apart from the sloping issues, but we'll sort that out. Let's get the corner pieces put in, and then we can think about some catenary. Where is it? Mesh fence corner, perfect. Yeah, it's that way, isn't it? Perfect. And the other side. Nope. It's to point west this time. Well, actually we can't do catenary yet because we still got to do the SDR bit, but we'll get to that. Is that too close? No, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's alright. No, if you're wondering, they don't have a diagonal version of this lot, which is this fence lot, which is quite annoying. But I think this was made quite a while before FARR was a thing. And that needs to point north. Subsequent fences also need to point north. Ones need to point south. That's not south. I know. That's the one. This game does enjoy screwing me over. And yes, if you're wondering, we will be deleting these fence lots as and when we need to during the course of making the city. Not all of them, of course, but the ones we need to get rid of to make way for things. And be careful, no, it doesn't seem to be a start piece around here. also going to try and put in some signalling in this episode, hopefully. I have to say that railway line does look pretty good with the smooth curves. And it's doing that thing again. Hooray! Not. Yeah, it's not too close, is it? Really? Finish off the fencing. Mesh fence. Do we need one here? No. Again it's doing that thing. Yeah, let's just run this to the end. What the hell? How did that happen? That's weird. Looks like you can just place a mesh fence on a railway line. It is kind of weird. Well, we're not going to wrap it up this end because it's probably going to be converted to DTO anyway. Double track rail for the port. Yeah, I think that's the fencing more or less completed. Of course, we need to, as I've said, we need to make it orient to the slopes, but that's something I'll do off camera. In the meantime, let's turn our attention to the catenary. We've already got a bit of it here, as you can see, but we need to do more. Let's start by getting it on. Ideally, you want to place a catenary every 3 tiles on straight bits and 2 tiles on diagonals. Of course, we don't have any diagonals railways to electrify, and we're not going to electrify the port branch before you call me out on that one, because, well, we just aren't. Instead, we're going to focus on the straight main line, and we're going to have catenary every 3 tiles. Make this 1, 2, 3 for those. Now, I've made a lot in our editor that has this fence with the transparent base texture, but also has a catenary bolt on it. Which I'll hopefully demonstrate to you in a minute. Here we go. It's cool. Well, I've called it mesh fence single catenary. And you actually know where to plop it, because you can see the catenary model previewed. This game can be good sometimes. And we're just gonna stick catenary down all the way along here to electrify the train line. Not there. I need to be careful here. one here, and then 2, 3. Oh, we double one here, and then have a double one here. Double one here, that should be. In case you're wondering, the catenary poles themselves are from the Frog Face UK Catenaries mod, I think. Don't hold me to that. I'll definitely put a link in the description for you guys. So you can find it and use it. One thing I should say is I did mod it. The catenary lots that you get in that pack in Lot Edit is to have transparent base textures. And the ones come in the pack by default have dirt textures, so just be aware of that. You can, if you read my old MD, Realistic Cities for Dummies, there is a tutorial near the end of that on how to make your own transparent base textures, so have a read of that if you're interested. And you can make these lots yourself. Dare I say it, that looks pretty impressive. Let's do the other end now. I need to be very careful here. 1, 2, 3, there. And 2, 3, I'll need a double catenary there, but never mind. 2, 3. We'll have to see about that one. Let's just delete it and then we'll decide what to do. See if a single catenary will fit there. That way. Yeah, that's fine. Definitely won't fit on that middle tile though, so we're going to need the double catenary lock for that one. I missed a bit. Oh no, that was done deliberately for the car park. And let's just continue adding the catenary along here. Three. I want to be careful at the bridge. Basically want to have a catenary pole directly next to the bridge on each side, as happens in real life. So, I made a lot to address that specifically. Which I'll show you in a minute. In the meantime, let me just deal with the other stray bits. Two, three, and that's it. Let's just plop all the catenary lots very quickly. That way. They are a little bit hard to see from this angle. I'll give you that. And just rotate the camera so it shows up a bit more clearly. And it's doing that thing again. Why did I do that? I've just used the wrong lot. Just rebuilt what I've demolished. That was not clever. And I've probably just wasted a minute of your time. Sorry about that. Cue the inevitable hate in the comments section, but hey, that's YouTube. Right, let's get it right this time. Mesh fence single catenary, there we go. At least the catenary wants work in terms of the sloping. Yeah, we are going to have catenary going for the station, just as happens in real life. I agree, it looks quite good. And there we go. We're not done yet, of course, we just need to sort the bridge bit out. What I've made is a corner lot. There's the fence corner and the catenary lot on one of the sides. Find it. It's this one. Measurements corner plus catenary left. Hope it's the way around, which it is. Fantastic. And there we go. That's all the railing done. All the rail catenary done. Now we got about 5 minutes. Last step is to stick a signal down or two. Or several. See if I can find the one I'm looking for. That one. Will it fit here? No. I have to rebuild. I have to move this down a bit. Make sure the signal's on the right side. This is a modded version of the drawrake rail signals, which were released not too long ago on the stacks. I've modded it to make it transit enabled and have the signals on the left hand side, as they should be in the UK. I need to be a bit careful here because the signal is a transit enabled lot. And what I'm about to build, a SDR transition, is a puzzle piece. And those of you who've played this game for a while will know what happens if you mix those two together. There you go. It's fine, just need to put in a couple more signals now. I need to be careful where I put these actually. Make sure I don't put these too frequently. Quickly get out of that before it causes a crash. You've got to be careful not to block the view of the The signal with catenary masts. Okay, one there. We'll pretend there are signals in the station. We'll have a lead-in signal before the station itself. When did it cost $100 at the top and $1 here? I don't get it. I don't suppose it's a big deal. A sloping issue? It'd be nice to have a signal there, but you won't be able to see it. There's a bridge in the way. Is that too close? Probably. Not only too pernickety with my signal placement, it's there aren't enough signals available to get it prototypical, and railway signalling is very complicated. What I'll do is I think I'll have one here and then another one on each side of the train line on either side of the motorway bridge. That'd be a good place to have one. This might break. This might break the site, but oh well. We'll go with it. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah, let's get rid of that. And it's messed up the OHW as well. Fantastic. See how I can put this without it wrecking the site. I can put it there. The catenary get in the way. Probably not. We can probably get away with it. Hopefully this won't mess everything up. Okay, that seems to have worked okay. Let's just put one more on the other side. Take the camera so I can make sure it's the right way around. That's not the right way around, that is the right way around. Ah. Okay, so it's not having that. So I have to put the signal a bit further back. That's fine. Real signals can be a mile or more apart in real life. So we'll just put it here instead. That should work. Okay, it's good. Very quickly, let me just drag through all the signals to make sure the paths through the lots are correct and functional. Already done it with this signal. This one. I suppose these are outside the lot, these poles, but oh well. It's not a huge deal. We already did the one on the freight line, so we don't need to do that again. Let's do the last one by the station. And that's it. Our railway line is more or less finished. Looks pretty good if I say so myself. Of course I will need to sort out the sloping on the fences, make sure that they orient to the slope, which they don't at the moment. When that's done, and I'm also going to try and see if I can get rid of this dirt here. There is a mod to do that, just have to look for it and find it. Okay, I will put it's been about 45 minutes, so I was going to build a roundabout interchange in this episode, but as I've said, it has been 45 minutes, so I'm gonna leave that for the next part. That'll be the first thing we do in part 3. So I will link you to the fence lots, to the catenary lots, and to the signals. So that's it. That's, ladies and gentlemen, is it for part 2. Thank you very much for watching. My name is SimCity, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now.